All right, so at one point I said I was going to show how well vinegar works. I'm letting this drain on getting rust off of rusty pieces. So this has been soaking for about 4 or 5 days. This is actually what holds the glove box door to the glove box. And it was rusty, and it's been sitting for 4 or 5 days. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this and I'm going to go wash it off, and then I'm going to show you how the rust just rolls off of here. But you got to put it in water first to kind of neutralize the acids of the vinegar that's been working on it. So we'll go do that and come back. Okay, here's that piece. I've washed it off with water. It's still wet. And I'm just going to show you how this just rubs right off at this point, because it's been sitting in the acid, not the acid, the acidity. Look, even the paint comes off of the vinegar. So, little wire brush, it's not like I'm scrubbing really hard. What I'm doing is basically just getting it off the surface where it has kind of formed, like as if it rose to the top. That's the best way to describe it. It rose to the top. And then, of course, I'll have to rinse this again. Maybe what I'll do is get a bucket of water so that I'm handy instead of taking it to a work sink. But I think you get the idea. And let me just show you. Now, that was all rust. Remember, that was all rust that was on there. That would have taken forever with a grinder or wire wheel or something. And you see, I just been rubbing this a little bit. Let me get a grease and wax remover and is that my grease and wax remover? Yes, it is. And a towel. I'm just going to show you real quick. You don't have to see the whole process, but just even this is enough to show you. So I'm going to spray this down, so as if I was washing it, just so you can see. And all I have in here is a mixture of grease and wax remover and water, which I use for cleaning things. And look at that. I mean, this was solid orange rust and paint. And look, if you see anything in the corner, it's just the liquid. Now look at that. That's like new metal. There's no pitting, there's nothing. It's just basically risen. So like this area here where, you can see I still have the surface. It's only because I haven't rubbed it off yet. Think of it as like, I don't know, like a upper level that just needed to come off. And you can see it's turning orange and the paint's coming off, and with very, very, very little work. Look, right down into the hinge. Okay, so, and look, this is not even a good wire brush. This is an old, I've used it a lot. I'm just rubbing this just to show you. Okay, so let's do the same thing, so the camera can see it. Let's do the same thing there with the grease and wax remover, just to wet it down and rub that off. Look at that. No rust. No rust. Amazing. And I mean, I think I have a picture somewhere of what this thing started out like. And it was not pretty. It was just, look, I just rubbed the edge there where it looked like it was orange. It looked bright, shiny silver. So I hope this helps some folks. Yes, Vinegar baths work. Just be patient, give it 4 or 5 days, let it sit there. It's not going to harm anything. What it's going to do is, unlike toxic chemicals that you can use, rust treatments and things like that, it's just a natural remedy. And look, I've even got some other parts. See that rusty pitted piece? I think this is one of the bumper holders or something like that. And yeah, I don't know all my parts yet. But I'm going to toss that in there and let that sit so that when it comes out 4 or 5 days from now, I'll touch it up with the little brush there, and it's going to look like new metal. All right, hope this helped.